Meaning of life: means, meaningless, meaningful, and meanies. The meaning of life is inherent in the very phrase itself, that is, life. What is our lives but the time that composes our lives, that we exist as unique entities? Time is the thread in the fabric of life. Without time, there is no life. The timistic meaning of life is to affirm life by being an optimal time creator, that is, to create more time by increasing the length of one's existence. How does one create time? By solving or preventing time-wasting problems, from dirty water to dirty politics. Thus, one fulfills the meaning of life in reflection of one's problem-solving achievements. To fulfill the meaning of one's life, that is, to be a creator of time, one must live within or below one's means. Meaningful are those who live within their means, that is, they fulfill the meaning of life with a life full of more means. People need more government when they don't self-govern. A vicious cycle of worsening, costly government, of resentful, tax-avoiding ungovernables. Meaningless are those who live beyond their means, as they have less and less means. As examples of those who fail to self-govern and self-prepare, the meaningless are quick to blame the actions of others rather than look in the mirror of self-conviction. Invariably, by illegal or legal actions, the meaningless survive as cancers, taking the means of the meaningful. What happens when the meaningless are no longer allowed to live beyond their means? Invariably they become mean, proliterating little meanies. When one lives within one's means, the means are more often the end, with no need to justify the means. When one lives within one's means, one has more time to help others find freedom from their time-wasting problems. One becomes a freeing person, which was the origin in Middle English of the word friend. The secret of happiness is living within one's means, thereby fulfilling the meaning of life, that is, being a creator, not a cancer of time. When are you happiest? When you are free of problems. Is this why the U.S. is not as happy as it once was? The U.S. $15 trillion national debt is how habitual politicians have borrowed money to win their re-elections. They fund vote buying, pork barrel, earmarked projects with deficit spending. Like a heroin high borrowing is the bliss of ignorance, after which the ignored problems blitz one's bliss. The cancerous national debt has allowed the U.S. military to live beyond its means, with the inevitable day of reckoning clarifyingly drawing nigh as defense spending is slashed. The habitual politicians have lived beyond their means by bankrupting America to buy their re-elections. As America's economic system collapses from political cancers and economic cancers, the politicians will become mean as a means to preserve their power. Won't be the first time. Current and past political economic cancers show that habitual politicians do not survive forever before the citizens and military turn against them. The U.S. population will become increasingly mean as habitual politicians and tenured economists continue to fail in developing a cure to the economic cancers of usury. Existentially, a cancer is a dynamic process that consumes more time than it creates, regardless of whether the process is a cell, an organ, a person, a family, an economy, a nation, or a species. Cancers live beyond their means, becoming mean to fellow system beings before becoming meaningless. A person can be either a time creator or a time cancer. Most are the latter. All acts and actors are creators or cancers of time, whether anonymous amoebas or United Nations. Meaningless persons or people are mean cancers to humanity, who often start out claiming to add meaning to life, but fail the meaning of life by demeaning life. Via the national debt, Americans purchased foreign goods with funny money, thus fulfilling the definition of a cancer, a system that lives beyond its means. Monetary colonialism trumps political colonialism. Usury has been repackaged, rebranded, relabeled, sanitized, glorified, and academized as monetarism. Meaning of life: means, meaningless, meaningful, and meanies. For always, money was always dear to the heart of organized religion, trading upon the emotional fears and insecurities of the fleeceable flocks. Monotheism? No, moneytheism. Usury has fostered the numerous financial cancers, which allow some to live beyond their means as time-saving creators of problem solutions. Usury attracts the best and the brightest for a fast, quick buck. One need only to look at the ongoing, never-ending euro crisis, in which the moneylenders keep extorting ever higher interest rates on recycled loans. Usurists demean the meaning of life with each problem-causing symbol of time they use to steal the substance of our time. Money is the blood of our economic body. With money increasingly circulating only between lenders and borrowers, we are suffering economic congestive heart failure. The productive parts of our economic body, workers, are sending signals that they lack sufficient blood to do the body's work. Workers' cries stimulate the heart to pump more blood, causing the money supply and bloating heart to suffer hypertension, also known as hyperinflation. Where is the economic blood going? To the blood-sucking usurists who demean life with each legalized theft of economic blood. Where is Jesus when we need him most to save life on earth from the money changers? Physically chasing away the money theist does not chasten their souls of their love of money. The divorcing of symbols from substance of time allows the funny money players to legally steal from the time-saving problem solvers who create the real wealth of humanity. Yet, workers are not innocent. Just as society-saving revolutionaries evoluded into meaningless dictators who live beyond their means, so have most unions evoluded into workforce cancers demanding more of the pie without creating more time-saving solutions. And they have lived beyond their means. When unions price themselves out of the market, they complete the life cycle of a cancer. Merchant marines, auto workers, steel workers, and now military personnel. When one's views and values are measured in time symbols rather than substance, one becomes a cancer unto oneself. One's means and ends become divorced when one lives less and less the meaning of life, in symbol seeking. Before 1930s, unions struck for more free time for self and family. The prime reason for unemployment, underemployment, and misemployment is the shift of unions from striking for the substance of time to symbols of time. By hogging the available work for more symbols instead of sharing, unions created the cancers that are now destroying them. Either we share job time, or we share jobless crime, taxes, inflation, etc. By objectively assessing time values to actions and actors, one can state what is part of a time-creating solution and what is part of a time-destroying problem. This timistic meaning of life, based on time creation cancers, is inherent in most traditional moral systems. The biblical God was rendered as the creator of time as well as, for some, the creator of eternal time. The moral codes of the Judeo-Christian Ten Commandments can all be reduced down to one maxim: Thou shalt create rather than destroy or steal time. The timistic meaning of life encompasses all existing moral systems under the guise of the morality of more time. As each act can be assessed at creation cancer value, so can each moral system be quantified. Fascism was and is pretty immoral. Not only have Christian leaders been in bed with little kids, but they have been in bed with every major immoral political system besides Hitler's Germany and Mussolini. Why? Money, power, bad morality. When the leaders of a self-proclaimed moral system are not sufficiently suffused with its teachings to be moral unto others, this immorality indicates that the reputed moral system has a bad brand of the meaning of life. Its ends and means are not one and the same. The increase of religion in American politics echoes the mentality of the pew polishers. They cannot see how they have talked themselves into being self-cancers, destroying rather than affirming the meaning of life. Like revolutionaries and unionists, self-centered religious leaders evolve immoral systems that demean the meaning of life to be a creative, time-saving problem solver. To fulfill the primary moral imperative of saving life on earth will not be the focus of the illogical aliens who focus on non-earth existence.